the Sugar Free Allstars. We started out in the year 2000 as a three-piece band. We had guitar, a different drummer, and myself. A year later, the original drummer, Mr. Andy Moore, chose to pursue other endeavors, and that's when Dr. Rock, the master of the funky beat, joined the band. What was it, 3 years later, maybe? That the guitar player decided to pursue other endeavors as
2004.
well. 2004, because we say we've been guitar free since 2003.
That's it.
It's 2003.
Right.
Did you say 2004?
I said 2004.
2004 was the first year that we were a two-piece band. So we've been the two-piece band with the master plan ever since.
Wow. So how did you go from being just a regular adult band to being, to playing a lot of kids' music?
Well, ever since we started putting out albums, Sugar Free Allstars albums, we would put out an album, and people that would buy the record would take the CD home, and if they had kids, seems like every single album would be like, well, my kid really loves this one song on your album. First album being a song called The Spider Song, which is now on our kids' album. And after that happened several times, we were like, well, maybe we should, kind of start writing some other songs in this vein, kids' music. And then we played one of the summer concert series out at the Myriad Gardens. And the Arts Council of Oklahoma City approached us about doing a library tour. So at that point, it's like, well, that'd be awesome. We'd been talking about doing that anyway, so why don't we just go ahead and release the album? We then recorded the album, which we actually ended up releasing 2 albums that year, right?
Yeah.
Return of Dos Machos.
Within a couple of months.
Right, which was our most recent grown-up album. We never had to use the term grown-up album before. Before it was just we released an album, now it's a grown-up or kids album. So we released both of those albums in 2007, and just have had really good success with the kids thing. It was kind of like, I wouldn't say it's a fluke. It wasn't something that we set out to be, hey, we're going to be very successful, kids music band. It was like, let's put out an album, write songs the same way we do, just change some of the subject matter. But even some of the subject matter wasn't changed. Like I said, two of the songs that are on the kids album were actually on other albums. Song Stinky was on an album from a band I played with before, and then Spider Song was on our first Sugar Free Allstars album with Andy Moore on the drums and Mike Sadawake on the guitar. Well, the main difference between the adult show and the kids show is what, Dr. Rock?
The kids are ready to go immediately once you get there. There's no external help is needed.
No, definitely inhibitions are gone. We tell people that average height is the difference between the adult show and the kids show.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, but no, it's sometimes, or a lot of times at a grown-up show, we're playing in a club. It's usually a 3-hour show. Might be last set of the night before the grown-ups kind of start losing their inhibition and want to get out and start dancing. And sometimes that doesn't happen at all. We play kids shows. They're usually 40 to 45 minutes long. They kick the door in and they're ready to rock. I mean, seriously, they're ready to
immediately
go. And as soon as they hear the drums, they're fascinated with the drums. So fascinated with the drums that they'll stick around afterwards and watch him put his drums up, just kind of be like.
Yeah, I've never had anybody watch me tear my equipment down. So yeah, it's a first.
So yeah, as soon as the drums start, the kids are ready to go and they're moving and clapping, and so they're as a general. You can have really fun or really not fun, I guess grown-up club shows, but I don't think we've had a kids show yet that has just not been fun at all. Some are way more fun than others. And some are it wasn't as fun, but as a general rule, I don't think we've had one single kids show that's wow, it's just really boring, they're just excited. Kids are excited about music. They have no inhibitions at all, because really the top age of the shows that we do for the kids are 9 to 10 years old. So right before they start caring about what other people think,
So talk about your library tour coming up.
The library tour. Well, this will be our 3rd year to do the Metropolitan Area Library Tour. We hit every single library in the Oklahoma City area. It's going to be June 15th through the 20th. A couple of shows, a couple of the libraries will be doing 2 shows. Bethany will do 2 shows. Edmond, we do 2 shows. But it's all 11 branches. So no matter where you live, you can come and see us play a kids show at the library.
For free.
Oh, for free. Yes, that's a big selling point too.
The DVD we recorded at the City Arts Center. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay,
Yeah, City Arts Center on the State Fairgrounds.
At the fairgrounds, and it's basically just kind of a regular kids show that we would do for the libraries or an elementary school, and we just put it together ourselves. And there's lots of kind of props and things, and we also have added extra scenes of silliness and
kind of like monkeys-esque.
Like
thing.
Fast,
like
things
from the
moving
old
fast.
A lot of those were his ideas. He's the creative genius behind that.
And so it's just it won't be too long, 30, 40 minutes probably, something to keep the kids occupied, something to watch.
And where can people buy your CDs and your DVD?
You can get the CDs online at
Well, you can go to our website, and there's a link from the website on the right-hand
Yes.
sidebar. It's cdbaby.com. You search Sugar Free Allstars.
You can also get them at iTunes,
iTunes.
The usual places like that.
iTunes. And the DVD is proposed to be out towards the end of May. So it's kind of in the still like fine-tuning of the editing.
Do we have any CDs locally placed?
We do have some CDs locally. I believe we have some at Guest Room Records, The Learning Tree, I believe. I should have been prepared with this. I can't remember where it's. What's the bookstore in 50 Penn Place?
Full Circle?
Full Circle. Full Circle Bookstore should have some. Those are mainly the kids' albums, but like Guest Room has the grown-up albums too. Like we were discussing earlier, we've kind of like we've never had to say differentiate between albums for kids and adults. So like we had been saying adult albums, we were like that's maybe not the best connotation. So we're saying either big kids albums or grown-up albums. So a couple of other things we're pretty excited about for the summer is we've been added to a kids music festival in Kansas City. It's called Jiggle Jam. It's over Memorial Day weekend, and it has like some really big kids music acts. Dan Zanes, a guy named Justin Roberts, Brady Reimer. But we're super excited about like the headliners as They Might Be Giants. And they actually just won a Grammy for their last kids album. I think it's Here Come the 1, 2, 3s or something like that. But anyway, playing with They Might Be Giants. Yeah, that's exciting. Oh, in Italy, yes. And we have actually taken the Sugar Free Groove overseas, across the pond. Why was this Italy trip important to you, Dr. Rock?
I've always wanted to go to Europe on a rock and roll dime, as I put it. So we got to travel.
To Italy.
Chris arranged it with our promoter in Italy and got to take a fantastic trip to Italy. And we're going to go again.
October, I believe.
And
Yeah, it was an 11-day tour. They covered everything, and we did really well. I mean, they really liked it. And the interesting thing about this trip, besides the fact that we got to go, play in Europe, was, part of our show, people that have seen our shows knows that like a big part of it is like the entertainment aspect, just the goofiness and the silliness, just the banter between us and the crowd. And our Italian is not the best.
No,
I mean,
you can't do the comedy show
No,
in
you
Italy.
can't do the stage banter. So the fact that we did really well and they liked us, besides the fact that the entertainment aspect wasn't there, made us feel really good. It was like, well, hey, I guess our music does stand up, So now we joke with people, we're like, that kids and Italians just really dig us. So.
Molto bene.
Molto bene. Grazie mille. Grazie mille, Dr. Rock.
Molto bene.
Molto bene. No problem. No problemo.